So, welcome to Advanced Engineering Physics, Quantum Mechanics Part 7. This is Dr. S. Deepthi, Assistant Professor in Physics, Department of H&S, MLN Institute of Technology. So, in this video lecture, you are going to learn about EK diagram. Okay. So, what is EK diagram? EK diagram means we have already learned about Kronig Penning model and we got some energy states and so on. Now, where the electron moves in a particular atom or where the electron moves in a crystal surface. We will see how the electron moves and how the movement of electron and the combination of energy bands will result in forbidden gaps and so on through this EK diagram. Okay. So, EK diagram shows how energy E of an electron varies with wave vector k in a crystal. Wave vector k is a vector that characterizes special properties of wave such as wavelength and direction of propagation. Okay. So, see about each and every concept in a clear manner. So, EK diagram shows how the energy of an electron varies with the wave vector k in a crystal. Wave vector k is a vector that characterizes special properties of waves such as wavelength and direction of propagation. An EK diagram, also called as band structure diagram, is an essential tool for explaining how the energy of electrons changes with respect to their momentum wave vector in a crystal lattice. It is widely used in solid state physics, particularly to understand semiconductors and metals. Okay, so what is the specifications of EK diagram or what are the applications of EK diagram? EK diagram particularly studies about the band structure diagram and it studies about the semiconductors, metals and properties of them where the electrons are being what we can say the movement of electrons in a particular periodic lattice. Okay, so this is the EK diagram introduction. The EK diagram or band structure converts mathematical formalism of a wave vector into useful information about the allowed energy levels of electron in a crystal. So, see here, what are the key points? Energy bands, wave vector, band structure, conduction versus valence bands, band gaps and effective mass. These are the key points. Now, let us have each one in detail. So, energy bands. The diagram shows allowed energy levels or bands of electrons as a function of wave vector k. So, this is the diagram. Shows the as a function of wave vector k. EK diagram means energy versus wave vector diagram. And what does it shows? Shows the function as the energy levels, the allowed energy levels as a function of wave vector k. These bands are separated by gaps where the electron states are forbidden, called as band gaps. So, wave vector k. What is wave vector k? It represents the momentum of electron in a crystal. K is related to the wavelength lambda through k is equals to 2 pi lambda k or lambda into 2 pi h cross. Okay, is plotted along the directions of Brillouin-Jones reciprocal space. Band structure. In a free electron model, energy is proportional to K2. This is okay, energy is proportional to K2, probabilistic, but in real crystals, due to periodic potential, bands are more complex and show multiple energy levels. Conduction and valence bands. For semiconductors, the valence band is filled with zero temperature and while electrons excited across the band gap move into the conduction band and conduct electricity. So, especially this is used in semiconductors where the semiconductors has two types of charge carriers. One are holes and another one are electrons. Where the electrons, when an electron jumps from one energy level valence band to the conduction band, then what happens? The electrons when jump from valence band to the conduction band leave a space in the valence band which is the formation of hole. Okay, this is the major possibility. The major possibility will be in semiconductors itself. So, the electrons are going to conduct electricity when they move from when they are in the conduction band. Okay, so band gaps. The band gap is energy difference between the top valence band of the top of the valence band and the bottom of the conduction band. and is controlled by material's conductivity. Each and every material has a specific band gap. So it is converted, it is what we can say, top of valence band and bottom of the conduction band. So this is the valence band, this is the conduction band. So we can have, if we represent the top of the valence band and if we represent this one as a bottom of the conduction band, then what happens? There is an interconnection between top of the valence band and the bottom of the conduction band, which is the band gap, and it is specified by the material's conductivity. Effective mass. The curvature of the bonds determines the effective mass of electrons and holes. Flatter bands mean heavier carriers and more curved bands means lighter carriers and higher mobility. So see here, this is the Brillouin zone or EK diagram. So this is the definition: primitive cell in reciprocal space bounded by Bragg planes. Physical boundary. Zone's edges correspond to strong Bragg reflection. Band structure relation. Energy bands, splits and gaps appear at the zone boundaries. All unique electron states occur in the first zone due to the Bloch's theorem. Contains physical equivalent states, rarely plotted except for advanced analysis. So what is this one? So see here, between minus pi by alpha to plus pi by alpha, there is a small band is there, and there is a forbidden energy gap is there in between these two states. This energy band gap is forbidden energy gap where the electron will not be stayed. And next, this is the allowed band. This is the again forbidden band. This is the allowed band. In the allowed band itself, the electrons are going to jump from one level to another level and so on. Where in the in this region, in the forbidden region, no electron will be stayed over here. Okay. So what we have learned in this one, the shape of curvature near the edges gives the effective mass of an electron. In this video lecture, you have learnt about EK diagram. So, got an image about EK diagram. EK diagram means it represents the wave vector and also the energy, allowed energy states and forbidden energy states. For why we have allowed energy states and forbidden energy states? In general, if we talk, when atoms combine together, close together, they are going to form into different energy bands. Why different energy bands are formed? Due to the attraction of one nucleus. For example, if there are two nucleus are there, two atoms, let us consider two atoms come close together to each other like this. If two atoms are come close together to each other, the atoms means it has a number of orbitals where the center will be for a nucleus and the electrons will revolve around the nucleus in a particular orbital. And this is also this is also an atom. So what happens? The nucleus of first atom attracts the orbitals of the second atom. Okay, the electrons of the second atom, and vice versa. The nucleus of this second atom attracts the orbitals of the first atom and so on. So that there will be shuffling in the energy levels. Okay, shuffling in the energy bands, where the bands, what we can say, we are going to form into valence band and conduction band and so on. Okay, why this shuffling occurs? Because of the attractive power of nucleus on another atom or another electrons. Okay, then the first nucleus attracts its electrons towards the center, and the second nucleus also samely attracts the electrons towards its center. But the stability is where this force is being balanced by another counter force. Okay, where they stay so that the atom is stability. But when the atoms come close together, what happens here? When the atoms come close together, the nucleus of one atom attracts the energy bands or attracts the electrons of another ones, so that these will be formed into energy bands. And surely we have allowed energy states and forbidden energy states. Here Brillouin zones, This is the first Brillouin zone. This is called as first Brillouin zone, where the energy states are allowed. Okay, so and at some points we got as energy states are forbidden and all. Why does this forbidden occurs? Due to the differences in the energy levels of the bands, we are going to have this energy gaps here to here. And so on. So in this video lecture you have learned about EK diagram, and in the next video lecture you are going to learn about effective mass of an electron. Thank you.